All right, before we get into it this week, we're going to talk about that Starscream Target pre-order debacle. I'll be covering some new comic book variant covers. And yes, I have scientific proof on what collectors like more, Masterpiece or Legend scale figures. And some of you may not like the results. My name is E-Man, and this is the Confabulation, the show where we give Transformers the honest technical audit. No hype, no fluff, just what's actually worth your money or what's going to be a flea market regret. There are a lot of collectors that are absolutely pissed off right now because of what happened with their pre-orders over at Target. For some of you who don't know, Target had a pre-order for a brand new Studio Series 86 Starscream figure, and a lot of people, of course, jumped in line. And this week, a lot of those people ended up getting cancellation emails from Target as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, their local time. I'm going to bring that up later on, and we're going to talk a little bit about that during the show. And of course, I got to give big props out to channel sponsor Comic Capsule. Make sure you head on over to comiccapsule.com. Enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your order of comic capsules. Keep in mind, this is not, you can't use this with any other promotion. And of course, if you decide to purchase any kind of figures online, head on over to showzstore.com, log in, make your purchase, and make sure you enter E-Man as your favorite reviewer. A small portion of your purchase does come over to the show, and it does help me out a lot here at Confabulation. And also keep in mind, if you're not a member, why not? Become a member today. I have 3 different tiers that'll help support the channel: Legends, Commander, and Masterpiece scale tiers. And keep in mind, the Masterpiece members are all eligible for my monthly giveaway, which includes figures and comic books, specialized comic books, and they're all Transformer related. So I'm keeping in line with the Transformer theme with that right there, my friends. All right. So make sure you guys become a member today. All right. And thank you to everyone who came by in the chat. And thank you to everyone who's probably watching this on the replay. Your support just by watching, hitting like, hitting subscribing, making sure that notification bell is hit really, really does go a long way here on the Confabulation. I see some people in the chat already. So let's go ahead and do this right here. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to all of those that have come from all over the internet in today's shout out chamber. Huge props that I see, my boy. I see you, Darth Micus, right there. First, man, that's a long time. Who does that? Who does that anymore? First, my boy Mike over here, he does. My boy Cynical Banana, what's good, E-Man? Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday to you as well, Cynical Banana. Darth Mike is there saying happy Friday. Coach, hey everybody, Coach is here. Coach, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out here on the Confabulation, where I talk about all things Transformers, which does include comic books. I'm not excluding my comic book folks. We're going to be talking comic books in one way or another. What? He's talking about us. That is correct, Darth Micus. I am talking about you guys. So yeah, this week we're going to be talking about there's some big news that happened with that Target debacle. And like I said, a lot of people are very, very, very upset. I have an article from TFW 2005, which theories. There's a lot of interesting things that people have to say about that. I'll be honest with you, I didn't pre-order it. I'm not a mainline kind of a person, but that's not to say that anyone who is, they're wrong. No, everyone's going to collect how they want, and that's how every type of collecting should be. You collect exactly what you want. The collection only needs to make sense to you and nobody else, because it's your collection. Why care about what somebody else says? Care about what you want. Get when you can. Add as you please. That's how it should be. That's exactly how it should be right there. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's kind of like roll into the show and have a little bit of fun. Let's do this. Every week we do judge a book by its cover. It's okay to say, I want this, I want that. Nope, I'm passing on this because the cover doesn't look good. Well, let's talk about some Transformer covers here on Cover Frame. And keep in mind, I am still doing my weekly comic capsule giveaway. So keep an eye out on that. I'm going to go ahead and throw the hashtag up here very soon because I want someone to win a comic capsule. I want a comic capsule in your hand right there. All right. So the very first cover we're going to talk about, Transformers number 35 from Image Skybound. This is a cover from Hicham Hibachi. This is a 1 in 50 ratio right here with Megatron with the pink background. I think this looks fabulous right here. 1 in 50 ratio basically means that for every 50 issues a comic book shop orders, they will get one of these ratios. And of course, some of the bigger shops and some of the bigger markets will probably be able to order more. I thought that this is a cool cover to get a hold of. And I really wanted to share it. 1 in 50 ratio variant. And I do like ratio variants myself as well. I'll take any variants as long as they look good to me. Because again, it needs to matter to me. It needs to matter to us as the collector. And this 1 in 50 ratio right here, I think looks really cool. Megatron looking, it's very cartoony, but still very, very mean and angry. Very, very angry. This cover comes out on August 12th next week at your local comic book shop. So availability will be limited based off of how many issues of Transformers number 35 they've ordered. I think this is a great looking cover. So let me know in the comments. Let me know down in the comments or here in the chat. Is this a cover you would add to your collection? Would you be hunting down something like this? For all you Megatron fans, this will probably be a good one to add. For all your completionists, again, another one, good one to have. Now, the read for Transformers has been okay. This is coming from a fan who thoroughly enjoyed the Daniel Warren Johnson run. And once Robert Kirkham took over, I felt like he's just trying to squeeze too much in, but I'm still going to stay true to this read right here because I absolutely love Transformers. It is my favorite property. Transformers number 36 coming from Unknown Comics. This is their store exclusive right here, Transformers number 36 by Kevin Melky. And this is going for $20. Pre-order is live right now. Release date for this one is September 9th. I'm really enjoying what Kevin did here with Thundercracker. And Thundercracker is a big thing going on right now in the Image Skybound series, as Thundercracker is not a Decepticon. He's an Autobot. Spoiler alert, just in case you're not reading it. And I can't wait for these next issues because we're going to see Thundercracker do something I want to say unheard of, but it's already been done before, just in reverse roles. This time around, Thundercracker is going to be joining the aerial bots, and it's not a spoiler. I'm going to say it because it's already been out there. Thundercracker is going to join the aerial bots, and he's going to help them form Superion by being a part of his left arm. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they handle that storyline. It's not about what you do in the comic, it's how good of a story it is, and I'm just hoping that it makes sense. And in the comic book, Thundercracker is going through some mixed emotions, and I'm really digging his character right now. That I think they're developing him pretty well at the moment. One of the few things that I think Robert Kirkman is doing in the Transformers run right now. Are you guys reading Transformers? Let me know. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this right here. And then Transformers number 37. This is a ratio variant by David. I don't know why I said it like that. By David LaFuente. This is available on September 20th at your local comic shop. And of course, this is going to be limited supply also because this is a 1 in 100 ratio variant with Alita Prime on the cover, going back to the Megatron cover that I just talked about. Very cartoony, but I like it. I'm digging the pose right here. Am I going to hunt this one down? Maybe. I'm hoping to see an Alita Prime and an RC Magnus figure from Hasbro sooner than later. Over at San Diego Comic-Con, they already gave us Shredhead, which, if you're reading the comic book right now, it looks like he's going to be out of commission for a while. But getting some of the figures from the comic books into my collection is something that I am very much looking forward to. And I'm hoping to see, even some of the third-party companies come in and say, hey, look, we're gonna do something, and we have an idea. So I'm looking forward to this one right here, getting this added to my collection. Let's take a look and see what people in the chat are saying. Brian's in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello, Brian. I'm glad you're here, my friend. What's up, cool people? Ryan Riley is in the house. Ooh, I like that number 36. That is sick. I think it's pretty dope, too. I definitely want to be able to get a Thundercracker collection going. I do have like a couple of Seekers, but I don't have any of the Masterpiece size. I don't have any of the Studio Series size. There's something that I do want to do with regards to the Seekers and the Bruticus that I have for some photo projects that are coming up pretty soon. So keep an eye out right here. I might be adding some Thundercracker in his Autobot form pretty soon. Twin, my girl Christina Payne, my twin right here. We both share the same exact birthday. That's why she said that right there. I'm happy that you're in here. E-Man is awesome. Hit the thumbs up. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you so much, Christina. Actually, I gotta do something here because there's some people that do need that blue wrench, and I'm not sure if Christina has it. I'm hoping she does. Let's take a look here. Community moderation, user management, standard mod. Let's see. Let's see if you're in there. Well, I'll do that here in a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time, but thank you for coming by. You know what? That was plastic. Like, nope. Gone. Pretty dope. Boggs is in the house. Man, thank you so much, Boggs. Everyone in here. Alita Prime. See, look at that. She knows what she's doing. She's reading the ticker. We'll do that later on. Let's see. Let's see if it sticks around. Coach is in the house. Everyone's saying hello. Look at that. Look how friendly this community is. We're all saying hello to each other. So yeah, that's it for this week's stream. Let me know what you guys think of some of these covers. People who are watching this on the replay, let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about some of those comic book covers right there. All right, let's get into this next segment. Every week, we, as a community of collectors, visit our LCSs, wait for a package to arrive at our door, or head to a con to hunt for that one collector's item we need in our collection. Where we share our newest picks and mail calls in a segment I'd like to call Inventory Unlock. I only have a few items to show you guys this week, but one of them is fabulous, But let me go ahead and start off with this one right here. I am slowly building a Legend Scale Computron set, and Magic Square is one of my favorite third-party Transformer companies. They make tiny little robots. I mean, they're about 4 inches tall. Let's see if this one comes up. Come on. Let's go ahead and focus. There we go. So they make these ones right here. This is Lightspeed from Magic Square. He is one of the Technobots that they're releasing recently. I finally got this in. This one is actually held up in customs, and I reached out to Shozy Store. I told them what was going on, and then they pretty much told me that it didn't clear customs, so they went ahead and resent it to me. So I finally got this in. A lot of my friends have already received this within the last couple of months. This is Magic Square's ENIAC number 3. This is their version of Scattershot right here. Oh, Strafe. My bad. Strafe. I said Scattershot. Met strafe. So this is a legend scale size strafe right here. This is check this out. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. This is this size version of this guy right here. So I'm really looking forward to unpackaging, reviewing, and letting you guys know what I think about this figure right here. So keep an eye out on the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that way you know when the review for this guy comes in. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that this Computron set is going to be a hitter and something that I'm really going to enjoy in my collection. So weekends ago, I did go to San Diego Comic-Con, and of course, like, you're scrolling through Instagram, and I saw an Instagrammer, Instagram. I saw a content creator on Instagram. He's like, hey, I'm going to be at the Hasbro booth tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you guys find me, you win a $75 gift certificate. And I was like, I think I can do that. So, in the morning, I woke up, went with my friends to go help out another buddy, help with his setup for his booth. And they're like, you know what, we're good. I think we have too many people. Why don't you just go ahead and go, E-Man? So I went ahead to the con without them in the morning, and realized that I actually got inside the con by like 9:45 in the morning, thinking that, I might not make it to that Hasbro booth. And then I realized, holy crap, I do have time. Let me see if I can go find this content creator. So I went to the Hasbro booth, literally went around everything. And I finally saw him. I went up to him. I said, hey, are you so-and-so? He's like, yeah. I showed him the text. He's like, oh, okay, you're the first one that posted. I was like, yeah. He's like, guess what? Well, here you go. You win. He gave me a $75 gift certificate. At the Hasbro booth. And I was like, cool. Took a look at what the gift certificate was for another online store, and they had this in there. Now, this is something that I wasn't planning on buying, but it was something that I definitely wanted. Well, Mimi, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I have no room for it. But $75 off plus like another coupon that I was able to apply. I was like, hey, I'm doing it. So this came in this week. I finally got it, my friends. I got the Matrix. I'm so happy. I opened this thing up and I started playing around with it already. You've got the touch. Can't do that because of copyrights. But got a child. This is a childhood dream come true. I got the Matrix, and it is glorious. So keep an eye out on the channel. I am going to do an unboxing, and I'm going to do a full-on review. The review is going to be simple. It's awesome. It's going to be simple. It's cheap. It's going to be quick. This is one of those things that as a child you wish you had, and well, at least me, and I got it. And my kids, the faces that I got, like, oh my God, walking around the house. You've got the touch. Oh God. It was glorious. I had so much fun with it. So I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to do a review. And like I said, it's going to be quick. But the fact that I have this in my collection it warms my heart, you guys. It really does. Well, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. You're crying. That's what's happening. You're crying. Everyone's in the hashtag. Everyone's saying hello hashtag. Look, you guys are on it. I love it. But of course, Deadpool and get the Deadpool from Wolverine. I like that. Are you gonna customize it though, Foxy? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna turn him into the Uncanny X-Force version with the gray? Let me know. Look at that. Everyone with a hashtag. My scattershot is en route. Mine is too. My scattershot, and I believe my the final one too. Lightspeed, not Lightspeed. The bike. I forgot what his name was. The bike. Yeah, he's on his way. Ooh, I am peanut butter and jealous. Don't be. Head on over to Hasbro or your local Target or wherever. Pick one up, coach. Pick one up. You got this. Let's go. Fable got 2. Man, that's crazy. Hashtag. Just clip that for your review. Hey, you know what? I just might. I just might. That's actually a good idea there, Brian. I like that. They did an especially outstanding job with that blue core. They really did. Here's the thing. Have you guys ever been to like Disneyland or a theme park, or like there's a circus that comes into town and people are selling like those cheap little light up things that, they just light up. They're just, cool wands and whatever. The build quality on those things are not that great. Very, very, I'm not gonna lie, very similar to the Matrix. Build quality for the price really isn't that great. But I wanted it. It's one of those things where like, Mom, can I get that please? And I got it. I'm happy that it's in my collection. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Throw it in. There you go. Thank you, Cynical Banana Afterburner. That's the one. I believe that my Afterburner is on its way too. Afterburner and Scattershot. They're on their way. Where's the Matrix of Leadership that goes? Oh my. I might do that. I might just, see if I can hack it and just, insert my own voice into that one right there. Remember, you guys, Alita Prime. For your chance to win a comic capsule. They still have red, purple, yellow, and orange. Those are the ones that I have available right now. And matter of fact, why not? Well, we have a few entries. Let's go ahead and get some more entries in there. Make sure you guys enter the hashtag and then everyone is available to win this right here. I'm gonna run this in a little bit, not right now. Look at Christina, looks so nice. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to remember you don't have to pay for the Matrix, so the quality for the price is really good. I actually paid half. Probably worth less as far as like build quality goes, but I still love it. You do Unicron voice, man, and say, I have summoned you for a purpose. These days I'll get that one right there for you, Bogsy. One of these days I'll get that one right there for you. All right, let's get into this next segment right quick, you guys. No deep dives, no spoilers, just quick thoughts while the hype is still hot on this week's The Drop. Quick review on a figure that I recently opened up. I got this figure about a month ago, and here's the funny thing: like I've known about this character for a while, but I don't know anything about him. But his design I've always really enjoyed from the moment that I've actually like learned about him. I recently received the Heavenly Tyrant. This is a third-party Star Saber figure. And it is it's technically a combiner. There's two robots that kind of combine into one. Actually, it's like technically one robot that combines into like a much bigger mechanism with a tiny robot that goes into. It's hard to describe for me to say. It's hard for me to say whether there's a combiner, triple changer, or whatnot. But I got the Heavenly Tyrant in my hands, and this is a figure that goes for about $99.99. So it's only about $100. Technically fairly affordable for a Masterpiece sized figure. Masterpiece being a little bit bigger, anywhere from 8 to 10 inches tall. Build quality is fantastic. Went ahead and transformed him. I got him right here. This is Star Saber in his alt mode right here in his jet mode. And I love how this figure, technically, in my opinion, it doesn't look like it belongs in Transformer lore. I feel like this thing belongs like in 1970s giant Go robot lore right here, like with Manzinger and Voltes. Focus there. And the build quality, the transformation of this guy actually is relatively easy compared to other figures that I have. My favorite thing about this one right here is the material. And I'll talk a little bit more about it in the review, but just to kind of cut it, fairly short, the material itself, the plastic itself feels like that rubberized plastic that reminds me of those 1970s robots from Japan. It just has that plastic rubbery feel to it. And it's got a lot of weight. There's a lot of metal in it. And I think it looks absolutely fabulous. But the question is this a contender for Bot of the Year? Something amongst the Transformer community that we talk about regularly. What's the best figure that came out this year? Is it a contender for Bot of the Year? That is something that I will talk to you guys about in the review, and it is coming up. Matter of fact, got a little something for you guys. Check this out. It's an absolute fabulous thing when a toy reminds you of your childhood, especially if you don't know much about that toy. The Heavenly Tyrant reminds me so much of 70s mecha giant robot anime, and I got this one in my hands. Keep an eye out because the review's coming soon. That's right, review's coming soon, so keep an eye out, you guys. I have thoughts about that figure right there. LOL, I had a boss once named Alita, so it looks weird seeing it spelled Alita. Remember, you can still nominate E-Man for comic book. That's right, the Comic Book Community Awards. That is a thing right now. You guys do my Transformer family out there. The CBC Awards is an annual awards hosted by our friend Brian LCS to commend, people within the comic book community for their efforts in the content creation space. There are a lot of categories out there. One that I've won in the past is the for best hair. I've won one for best hair. But for my Transformer folks out there, there is a category for best unboxing and best unboxing series, I believe. So yeah, head on over to cbcawards.com. Christina, if you can drop the link, that would be great. But yeah, if you guys can't, head on over. If you're into comic books, if you know some of those content creators, go ahead and nominate them. Right now, what the CBCA is doing is just trying to gather as many nominations as possible. Of course, the top ones in their categories will be finalists for the award later on this year. So thank you for reminding me, Christina. That's awesome. Super cool, but it looks more like a Gundam to me. It does. It does. That's why I say it doesn't feel like it belongs in Transformer lore. At the same time, it's not a complaint. I don't want to say it is a complaint. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, but I like it. Star Sabers, I think, is a fabulous design, but you're right. It doesn't make sense. I guess I'm going to say I'm happy that, that he is in Transformer lore. I think it's pretty cool. Transformers versus Gundam versus GoBots. Go ahead and answer that question. Go ahead, Bugsy. I want to see what your answer is. Transformers or Gundam or GoBots. Let's see what happens. I say yes, at least for Legends. What's up, E-Man? Big Easy in the house. One of my boys right there from the Transformer community. Thanks so much for coming by, Big Easy, and hanging out. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys enter the hashtag Alita Prime right there for your chance to win a comic capsule. I will be running this in just a second. We have a few entries in there already. Heavenly Tyrant is one of my favorite pickups for the year. Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I'm really enjoying that. Transformers way. That's right. You say anything else on this channel, boot you out, Bogsy. I'll boot you out. You see how that goes. Let me see. I only have 7 entrants into the comic capsule. Make sure everyone go ahead and do that one more time. Enter hashtag Alita Prime one more time. I definitely want to be able to run this giveaway because I want you guys to. I want someone to win. I want someone out there to win this one right here. I like it. And yeah. 0 entries as of right now, but I'm hiding the real number. That's why, Brian. Who's in so far? I'm hiding that number. I'm hiding. Yeah. I'm hiding that right now. Throw it all in. Like everyone's throwing it in. Come on, you guys. I want you guys to be included in this. We have seven entrants into this right here. Let's bring it up. share this tab instead. Let's go ahead and bring it up. Well, that way you guys know. 7 people. I know we can get one more in there. Go ahead and throw that hashtag in there one more time, you guys. Hashtag Alita Prime. Because I'm about to run this here in just a second. I want you guys to win. I want you, I want you, and I want you. I want you to win. You've already won. No, scoot over. Back there. That one. I want that one right there to win. All right, you guys. Let's just run it here. Let's do it on 3, 2, 1. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Let's see who gets it this week for a chance to win a comic capsule. Coach wins a comic capsule this week. That's right. Congratulations, my friend. I have 4 different colors this week for you to choose from, Coach. Orange, purple, pink, and yellow. That's the colors that I have this week. You let me know which one you want. You can definitely hit me up on Instagram. Let me know which color you want. Of course, give me your information there so I can send that out next week. And I'll throw in a few others in there. So, hey, congratulations. Look at that. Hey, everyone congratulate Coach. That's awesome. Congratulations, Coach. I love it. All right, let's get into the next segment right here. This is a big one, my friends. This is a big one right here. All right, every week the news gets louder. New comics, new movies, new figures, new chaos. If it matters to the Transformer culture, we're going to talk about it. This is this week's The Signal. Wow. So, Transformer fans, people who've made pre-orders to Target over the last few months, they've gone in and purchased. They tried to pre-order matter of fact, let me show you this instead. Fans have gone in to try to purchase the Studio Series, More Than Meets the Eye, Starscream, Voyager class. Now, this is something that a lot of fans have been waiting for. $42.99 compared to what's been happening, compared to what's happened in the past. It is a little pricey for a Hasbro figure, but with tariffs and just the economy the way it is, that's pretty pricey. However, look at this. This is an interesting number right here. 482 reviews on this. 94 1-star reviews, and here's the thing, they're not reviewing the figure. People are pissed, just like everyone. Canceled. Why no pre-order? Pre-order canceled. Need to lose your Transformer exclusive license. You clearly don't care about keeping our pre-orders, no matter how many times we approve of a delay. Terrible business practices. Now, people are pissed off about this one right here. Target scammed us, man. Here's the thing. Actually, no, there isn't a thing. This is pretty crappy news for anyone who pre-ordered the Starscream. So, Target pre-orders for MTME, Starscream, Prowl, and even some of the Insecticons have been canceled after a long wait. One of the most anticipated figures of the year has started getting pre-order cancellation notices over at Target. Multiple reports coming in from the 2005 board members starting this morning at around 8 a.m. Eastern, including multiple TFW 2005 staff members. How widespread is this is not known at the time. If you have a pre-order with Target, we suggest checking your inboxes and keeping an eye on them for notices over the next couple of days. This should not affect in-store stock, so theoretically there should be at least some units available in person in your local shops. Here's some of the screenshots of those cancellations right there. It's crazy how many people received this one right here. And I want to know, were you one of those? Were you one of those collectors that got this cancel? Look, this guy right here, August 7th, 444. p.m. So just a little while ago. Actually, check your local Targets. I decided to stop by mine in Fargo last night. They just finished their layout reconfiguration and shelves were restocked, including multiple copies of the More Than Meets the Eye Starscream and the Insecticon 3-pack. Look at that. If you're in Fargo, run. Get this right. And don't be a jerk, though. I don't want you buying all 4 of them. That's just being a dick right there. See, people are sharing the same photo. However, watch them all flood the stores around the week of Transformer delays. Like, just people are 357 reviews for the Starscream with Target. It looks like damn near all of them were about canceled orders. So, a couple of things that people have mentioned about this. You know, one thing it could be just that Target underpriced this, and they may be losing money on this specific figure right here. So they might have canceled a lot of the orders coming from overseas. You know, of course, these things are built and constructed overseas. So maybe the tariffs might be biting them in the ass or something along those lines. Some people are saying that Target's being greedy by canceling it and just, you know, possibly selling them behind the scenes for a little bit more, or re-releasing them at a higher price when things come back into play. I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about why this happened. There's no official word from Target as to why it happened. There's only speculation, but a lot of the speculation kind of makes sense. A lot of it kind of makes sense, and it's crazy to really hear what a lot of people are saying. You know, I feel bad because I know there's a lot of people who are Starscream fans. Starscream is a huge integral part of the Transformers, and there wasn't really a 86 Starscream released. So for them to, and on top of that, Target was supposed to be an exclusive. They're the only shop, they're the only store that was selling them. So of course, like, all the fans are going to be going over to Target and wanting to add that to their collection. And this is just not putting any faith in a big store like Target to purchase it. Now, I've already gone online. I've already gone onto eBay to check prices of what some of these scalpers are selling this for. MTE Starscream Target. Some of the numbers were ridiculous. Here, let me show you some of the stuff that's sold already. Oh, we're not showing this. Hold on. Oh, we're not gonna show this, you guys. Hold on. Let's take that off real fast. No, I don't want to do all that right there. Just show me the completed. Oh. Wow, when did they make me start? Anyway, I don't want to do all that. So it started, people are starting to sell them, and I've seen crazy numbers. I've seen people selling them for $180 online. $180 online is what some people are on eBay are selling them for. That's a dick move. That's an absolute dick move, you know. We're supposed to be collecting together, and of course it happens in all forms of collecting, and I feel bad for any of the Starscream fans out there. So let me know, are you guys one of the ones that pre-ordered, and did your pre-order get canceled, or did you get an actual shipment notification saying that yours is on the way? It is crazy. Look at that, 22. I don't run, I skip. I want to see a video of this right here, 22. I want to see a video. I bet they're in. I bet the in-store stock is the pre-orders. That'd be crazy. I bet you it is. I mean, there's no way to not think about it like that, right? I bet you the pre-orders are like, nope, we don't have enough for in-store. Let's just put it on in-store. So run to your Target and see if they have it. They done goofed. Look at this. Catherine over here letting us know. Yeah, they did. They messed it up for collectors, and this is the crappy part about collecting, is things like this happen, especially when a big store is involved. Right here, look at that, 22. Okay, I'm here. Let's do this. Let's start the show all over again, just for 20. We're gonna start this all over again. Just kidding. We're not gonna do that again. We've already started 22. We've already started, my friend. All right. All right. Well, like I said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, in the chat below, or in the in the comments, in the chat below, in the chat, or in the comments down below, because that's a big issue right there. That is a very, very, very big issue. All right, you guys, let's get into the final segment here of the show. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chit chat. Let's talk about our favorite thing, which is Transformers. Let's have this final thought right here. Let's have a confabulation. Does size matter? We are going to be talking about size here, my friends. Does size matter when it comes down to collecting Transformers? That's right. That is right. In my opinion, as long as they have a great personality, size shouldn't matter. Size shouldn't matter. But this is a hot topic amongst collectors right here. Does size matter when it comes down to collecting your figures? Should you stick with masterpiece scale? Should you stick with legend scale? And I ran a kind of a poll, if you will. I've asked several people, and I got some numbers in. I have some numbers in, and they're quite shocking. They're quite shocking. I didn't do a graph, so there's no graph. I'm just going to tell you this right here. You and I'm going to look at you in the eye and tell you this right here. But of the people who actually responded, 60%. What do you guys think? Let me ask you this. 60% went in which direction? Did they go with a bigger masterpiece scale? Or did they go with the legend scale, guys? 60% out of all of those that actually participated, did they go with masterpiece? Or did they go with legend scale? So for those who don't know, masterpiece, legend, commander, Voyager, they all pertain to the size and the build quality and who makes it. For the most part, like Voyager Commander, that pretty much stays with Hasbro. Chug is another term for it right there. Masterpiece is the much bigger ones that third parties do. They run anywhere from 8 to 10 inches tall, sometimes even bigger. And then legend scale, they're little guys right here. They run about 4 inches. And here's the cool thing: these legend scale figures, these little guys right here. I dropped one. One fell. Well, there's one right here on the floor. But these legend scale guys, they fully transform. They really do. So it's not like Aldi's or Blockies or like model sets or anything. They transform into their alternate mode. So 60%. Which way do you think they went? Which way do you think they went? Hit the like button, folks. Yes, please do. I thought we were conversating. We are conversating. What do you think? 22? Yeah. I like it too, Jillsburg. Look at that. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. It is all how you use it. I see what you're doing there. Glad you specified size in relation to Transformers. I had to wait a little bit longer before I let that one out. I'm a legendary, massive. Oh, I'm sorry, masterpiece. Oops. All right, Big Easy said MP. Catherine there says MP. Bananas, Cynical Bananas says MP. Big Easy went with legends. Dabble in some MPs. All right, so 60% of the people that actually answered this survey, would you like to take a survey, actually went with masterpiece. Driving me crazy that this was on the floor. They actually did go with masterpiece. So of the 60% of the people who actually responded to this survey that I threw out, yeah, they said masterpiece. However, a good amount of those, and I will say probably about 20% of the 60% of the time it works, every time. But of the 60%, probably 20% of those actually said, you know what, I would rather go with Masterpiece. However, I would also choose, Legend Scale. And what matters here is you collect, like what I said earlier, you collect what you want, you collect what you like, because it doesn't need to matter or make sense to anybody else. But what's funny is that of the 40% who chose Legend Scale, they were hard stuck on Legend Scale. There wasn't no Legends, once in a while Masterpiece. It was Legend Scale all the way. But the people who chose Masterpiece sized also said, I like Legends as well. So I think that one right there was a little bit more of a shocker to me, is to see that people who collect the bigger guys are like, I like the little guys, but the people who collect the little guys are like, no, we do not bring any of those larger figures into this collection, sir. And I think that was like the real eye opener right there. I'm like, oh wow, this is, there is I want to say a stark difference. I want to say that there's a stark difference. But what matters here is this, you guys. We collect what we want because we want them. We collect what we want because we want them in our collection, and it doesn't, like I said earlier today in the show, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but to you. It should only matter to you. And that's how it should go. Catherine, I also collect MP. I like that. I want to do something else. I want to do this because why not? I'm feeling frothy. 60% of the time it works every time. I don't buy a lot of mainline anymore, but I picked up the Snarl reissue the other day. Pleasantly surprised how much I enjoy messing with him and flipping back and forth. And that's what I like doing too. Sometimes I'll walk around the house with the figure in my hand. I'm just kind of flipping it back and forth and just like whatever, just having a good time with it. Just like, I kind of like the way this thing feels. I like the way this thing feels right here. I'm feeling saucy, you guys. Let's do a round 2 to this. #Legends. I'm going to give out another comic capsule. Because why not? I'm feeling nice today. Anyone else left in the chat, go ahead and throw that out. #Legends. Because I like to collect Legend Scale myself. I have a good amount of Legend Scale figures underneath my computer right here. And Legend, these little guys are great desktop buddies. These little guys right here, great desktop buddies. Fully transformable, and I really like them. And in the future, I'll probably talk about which brand people enjoy the most too. So that way, for my friends out there who don't know much about collecting, these, I like to share that out. And then in the future, of course, I'm going to, blend the comic book side and just be like, all right, what comic book are you reading right now? And things like that, But I enjoy collecting these Masterpiece and these Legend Scale figures and anything in between. Honestly, I collect whatever I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Aesthetically speaking, Heavenly Tyrant. This guy, he doesn't fit with anything that I have. He doesn't. But I don't care. And that's how it should be. Now, I understand that people out there do care, and you guys want to keep a certain motif, a certain way of collecting. Everyone's got their stand. So this is my Studio 86. This is my movie actor. This is my Legends, my Masterpiece. And that's cool. I'm so happy people can do that. Not every one of us can. I know for a fact I can't. She'll kill me. But it's not about that. It's about room. It's about what I can do, what I can't do, And don't let anyone dictate how and what you collect. Do what you want. Have fun with it. That's the fun part about this right here. That's the fun part about collecting. Did you say you feel frothy? I did say, I'm glad you I'm feeling frothy. I bought that mainline Snarl 2 and I love it. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Now, are you guys going to go out and get the rest of the Dinobots? That's the question. Saucy makes way more sense than frothy. Okay. Hashtag. Remember, you guys, throw in that Legends hashtag right there. Throw it in. Throw it in. Throw it in. Love me some pocket transformers. Fun to take on trips with individual. Yeah. Just don't leave them strapped to the empty seat next to you. That's really stupid. I did that. Oh, it kind of ruined my trip too. And it was my new age. It was my new age Optimus that I did. So I'm gonna have to go back and look for that new age Optimus Prime and add him back into the car. I can't have that missing from my car. I really enjoyed that one. Look at that. Throw it in. There we go. All right, I'm gonna run it right here, you guys. 6 entries. Why not? Let's just do it on 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Good luck to you guys. See who wins it. See who wins this one right here. So, Catherine, congratulations. First time on the show. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you here. So congratulations. I am giving away a comic capsule to protect your comic books. I do have 4 different colors right here: purple, pink, yellow, orange. What I want you to do is hit me up either on Facebook or on Instagram. Look for me, E-Man's World of Geek. Send me your information. I'll go ahead and get that sent out to you next week. Congratulations over to Catherine over there. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out and doing this. Congratulations. See, look, this is a great community. Congratulations. Everyone's congratulating you there, Catherine. I love it. I do have the Grimlock too. Well, I'll most likely get the other 3 at some point. Yeah, see? When you can. You know? And that's what matters. You get it when you can. You get it to make you happy. You get it to go around with and play with. And, I like getting them, making videos out. I enjoy getting them, making videos out of my figures. It's just something that does bring me joy, something to talk about. I can't information dump on my girlfriend. She's just gonna look at me like, oh my god. And I get it. I can't just go, so babe, so what's going on with this Star Saber figure? So he was part of the Transformers Victory line, and it was Japanese only. And she's just gonna look at me like, okay, babe. And I don't want to do that to her. That's what I have the camera for. That's what I have you guys for. Information dump on you guys, and most of you might get it, and that's what makes me happy. Question is, will you be getting MySpace? Will you be getting? I think I know what you're asking there, and I'm gonna jump back on MySpace, you guys. I'm gonna jump back on MySpace for sure. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that one though. I don't know if that's going to be like an extension of E-Man's World of Geek, or if I'm going to use that one for friends and family again, because I hardly see any friends and family posting on Facebook or Instagram, or maybe I'm just not there. And I do want like a space just for friends and family. So I might jump over to MySpace. Are you guys going to jump over to MySpace now that it's a thing? Or is it just another social media hub that you just don't want to be a part of? And I get either answer. There's no wrong answer to that one right there. You get what you want. You can when you have the shelf space. That's right. Yes, you did, Catherine. You did win a comic capsule. Like I said, I have yellow, orange, purple, and pink. So let me know. Like I said, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. Look for E-Man's World of Geek. And, we'll chat. We'll, get that packaged up, and I'll get that sent out to you next week. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out here on this week's The Confabulation. Keep an eye out. Next week, I'm going to be announcing the August Masterpiece tiered membership giveaway box. It's going to include a figure as well as a comic book and some other goodies right there. It's my thank you for all of the members who have joined here on the channel. If you haven't become a member yet, why not go ahead and click that button down there, become a member today. I do have 3 tiers. We have Legends, Commander, and Masterpiece Scale. Masterpiece Scale does get you automatically entered into the monthly giveaway, and I would like for you to win. And you, the person back there too, I want you to win too. So make sure you guys become a member today. And thank you guys all for coming. Yeah, it's another social space. Purple for sure. All right, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know, okay? I'll be more than happy to send that out to you. All right. MySpace is making a comeback. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I might jump on that one right there. Thank you. Appreciate it, 22. And thank you guys again for coming by and hanging out with me here on this week's The Confabulation. And then if you're watching this on the replay, thank you also for coming by and checking this little Transformers weekly podcast out. I will see you guys next Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern here on The Confabulation. I'll see you guys then. Peace.